So I would encourage everyone to take moments like that to enjoy the world around them.
Well, we appreciate it. We're working to protect that Earth here in Washington. We've been working to reduce the impact of climate change and reduce carbon pollution to try to take care of our little home planet. Do you have any feelings about that with being in space? Does that mean more or the same, or what do you think of all that?
Absolutely. I think that is so important for us to be thinking about, and it really brings me so much hope that our leaders like you are talking about that so consistently. I studied nuclear engineering in graduate school because I was interested in climate change and trying to understand what solutions would be important for our energy future. And of course, renewables, like you mentioned, and that you've worked on, sir, so important. Solar, wind, hydro, really, really important. But I was interested in next generation nuclear reactor technology, how we could make that technology safer for future generations, how we could help the fuel cycles be more efficient and easier to manage on the back end. And so I think looking out the window up here, you would be amazed how thin our atmosphere is. You can actually see it. You see the surface of the Earth, and especially at night, there's this sort of burnt orange glow, the edge of the atmosphere, and it's just paper thin. It's amazing to recognize how fragile that is and what a careful balance we need to maintain. And I think we need to be really conscious of what we're doing as the human race to affect that future for the generations that come after us.
Well, I cannot think of a more eloquent and knowledgeable spokesperson on this than you. So I want to thank you for those views. Just so you'll know, we are working on this in Washington State. I'm proposing some additional laws this year to reduce carbon pollution. And if I may, I will quote you about how thin and precious our atmosphere is. I think people will listen to you.
Yeah, absolutely, sir. We were actually just talking, a few of my crewmates and I, the other day about everything human beings need to survive. And the most important thing is the air we breathe, the ability to breathe clean air. And I think thinking about it in those terms and looking down at the planet from up here, you see how important it is for us to be paying attention to that now.
Well, thank you so much. Couple more questions. Tell us about experiments you're running up there. What kind of experiments will you be running?
We have over 350 science experiments going on up here just during our 6-month mission. So it's almost hard to keep track of all the things we do. But in broad categories, we're doing a lot of really interesting medical research where we're the subjects, actually, where they're trying to understand the effects of microgravity on our body, both to plan for future missions that are longer duration and further from Earth than we've ever been before, and also understand diseases and disorders on the ground and develop new treatments and medications for things like muscular dystrophy, various conditions in the eyes. We also are doing some really awesome fundamental research up here. We're trying to understand how liquids boil and condense. So we have a really cool experiment going on that we're just setting up now that could help us design boilers and heat exchangers that work better on Earth, but also could work in reduced gravity environments. So those are just a couple examples of the amazing things we're doing. We're also doing technology demonstrations to help our future space missions. We live pretty efficiently up here. We recycle our resources, we make clean air, we make water out of the waste that comes out of our bodies even, but we're trying to understand how we can do that even more efficiently so that we're in even more remote places, like on the surface of the moon or eventually on a trip to or on the surface of Mars. We're able to stay alive and kind of maximize all the resources. And that could also get fed back into the resources we're talking about on Earth. We have a lot of limited natural resources, and we might figure out better ways to do that on our home planet as well.
Well, it just is amazing how the research you do in space can be used right in our homes, in our hometowns, in our neighborhoods. We just love the mission that you're involved. We know it's going to help people down on Earth, so we just appreciate it. We're glad you're solar powered up there too. You're showing solar power works in your space station. One more question. What would you advise young people who would like to aspire to what you're doing? What would you advise them?
I think the most important thing you can do is find things that you're passionate about. It's easy to look up an astronaut's bio or listen to someone like me talk and think, oh, I need to do all the things that person did in order to become an astronaut, and you couldn't be further from the truth. The only thing you have to do to become an astronaut is have a degree in STEM. But besides that, you need to just learn how to work on teams and care about making a contribution, wanting to serve and learn how to work in expeditionary environments. And so for me, I think along the way, when I was a kid, I didn't think that I would ever become an astronaut. It wasn't something I specifically dreamed of doing because I don't think it ever occurred to me that that might be a thing that was possible. But I always found the things that I liked and that would challenge me. Doing hard things is actually pretty fun when you enjoy them, when you're passionate about them, and when you see the growth they're bringing to you. So whether that's what I studied when I studied engineering or choosing to serve in the Navy, it was always the things that I thought would develop me the most and that I would enjoy doing and that I would do with a fantastic team that would support me. So I would say focus on the things you're passionate about and you'll be amazed where they take you.
Well, I really appreciate that, and I think you are inspiring a lot of people right now for what you're doing. I know you're going to continue in your next missions. When will you be returning home here to the home planet? When will that be?
We're set to head home sometime in late April, making it about a 6-month mission for us. And certainly when I come home, I hope to come home to the state of Washington. My whole family's in Washington right now for Christmas. They'll be spending it in the Seattle area. So I'm hoping to get to visit my home state, and I miss everybody down there. So hi to all my Washington friends.
Well, I know they'll look forward to hearing your tales. When you do come home, I think you and your family, I would sure be honored if you can come visit us in Olympia. I hope you can come and see the governor's office and maybe regale us with tales of space. I hope you could join us for lunch sometime. Is that possible?
I will definitely take you up on that, sir. It would be an extreme honor to meet you in person and to spend some time with you.
Well, you might have to meet my grandkids too, but they're kind of fun to hang around. So I will look forward to that. I hope you will thank your family for their contribution. Your mom and dad who raised a great scientist, sailor, your immediate family. I'll look forward to meeting them. I hope so too. So please thank them for allowing you to go on this journey.
I will pass that along, sir, and I would love to meet your grandkids. So we'll definitely have to set something up when I'm back on the planet.
Very well. Well, this has been the highlight of my governorship. Both from a mileage standpoint and an inspiration standpoint. So thanks for this. It's been an absolute treat. Thank NASA, too, for allowing this. And good luck. As they say in the Navy, fair wind and following seas.
Thank you so much, sir, and thank you for all you're doing to serve our beautiful state.
Well, you're helping us keep it beautiful. Take care. Happy holidays. Enjoy that holiday dinner. I hope you get some
Happy holidays to you as well, sir.
Take care. Adios.
Thank you, sir. It'll be here soon on our cargo vehicle that's on its way up right now. So we're going to be all set for Christmas.
All right. That's great. Okay. Take care. How are we doing?
Station, this is Houston ACR. Thank you. That concludes our event.
Thank you to Washington State Governor Jay Inslee. Station, we're now resuming operational audio communications.
Hey, just want to tell you guys Merry Christmas. And Tom, what does Christmas mean to you?
Christmas means to me memories of wonderful moments in my childhood, memories of families getting together, especially with my family, which we continue to celebrate nowadays, and a spirit of giving gifts, doing things for other people that we have the opportunity to do in this season. Kayla, what about you?
This time of year means being with family for me. I always look forward to this time of year because even when I was away at the Naval Academy, that was always a time that I got to come home to see my family and spend some quality time together. So those moments are really special. And even though we'll be up here this year, we have our space family. So I think we're going to create some of our own traditions and we'll be able to talk to our family on the ground. Matthias, you told us a little bit about how you guys celebrate the holidays this time of year in Germany. Would you like to share about that?
Yeah, so for the Christmas vacation, like most of us go back home to their home villages, hometowns, and there we meet friends that live like abroad or in different cities and places. So it's the time of the year when we unite with friends and families. Obviously, Christmas Eve, it's with the family, and then the first and the second Christmas Day, it's for seeing like the larger family and the friends. Sharing gifts. But also sharing what has happened during the last year and looking forward to what will happen the next year. Eating a lot of good food, food that my mom cooks for us, and that's only available for Christmas. That's very special to me, and that brings very warm memories. Raj, what about you?
Well, I think for our family, there's obviously a pretty large spiritual aspect of Christmas, but whether you celebrate Christmas or any of the holidays this time of year, I think the important thing, like everyone's mentioned, is reconnecting. And so, it's always a time where you actually get to take a break, whether you're in school in between semesters, whether you're in work and have time off. But in all cases, getting to spend time with family and just some time to unwind from the world and spend time with each other and focus on family.
Matthias, Kayla, and Raja, spending your first holiday. Actually, we had Thanksgiving together, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm losing track of which day is which for some strange reason. What's going to feel like having a Christmas in space?
It's a good one. I think we will probably share some awesome food. We have a cargo vehicle coming up soon, SpaceX 24, and we've been told there might be some holiday treats in there. So we're all hoping for that. And I'm sure that we'll try to take some time off to laugh together, enjoy some rest, and just get ready to keep working the next day, which is what we do up here on the space station. I've been on deployment for the holidays before, for Christmas and New Year, and even though it was hard to be away from home, I really cherish the memories from sharing Christmas Day with my crewmates aboard the USS Maine, my submarine I served on. So I'm sure the same will be true up here. What about you, Raja?
See, I think for me, what I'm looking forward to here is I think we're moving pretty fast, and it's pretty neat to see the sunrise and set every 90 minutes. But the man on the sleigh, it moves even faster. So I'm trying to spot him and see if I can catch him maybe the Terminator line or somewhere in the dark. But my photo skills are still much to be desired, so I may not actually catch anything on film, but I'll look. So we'll see. And I think, like Kayla mentioned, the other thing, too, is there's a new family here in space. And so getting to spend Christmas as a family with this family is something I'm looking forward to. What about you, Matthias?
Actually, we could celebrate Christmas like 24 divided by 90 minutes, like 16 times. So maybe we should do it, like have all the special food, give 16 times presents and gifts, and sing some songs. Yeah, I think it will be a special event. I thought we have a Christmas tree here, but I haven't seen it yet, so maybe that's the wrong information. Do you guys have any update on that one?
Tom's hat.
Oh, Tom's hat, yeah. It's like it could be the replacement. But yes, it's like it's a special Christmas, like being in space, being with friends, doing a special job, flying over so many people, so many countries, and everywhere in the world, everyone is celebrating Christmas. I think that is a strong link between space and you people on the ground. We will be thinking of you. We are obviously in a very safe, in a very protected place compared to what's going on currently on the Earth. So I'm thinking also on all the families back in Europe that are now suffering through the pandemic. That's a bit weird to say that I feel safer in space than you guys on the ground, but it is currently the way I feel.
One thing we'll be remembering, too, is that in Mission Control, there will be, and in some of the centers around the world, there will be people working on Christmas Day just as we are, continuing to support us, continuing to keep the space station going, which we couldn't do without them, of course. So we'll be very appreciative of that. One thing that I'm looking forward to is celebrating with our cosmonaut crewmates. One tradition we've had in the past is for everyone to share with all of us what their individual family tradition was on Christmas Day, what they actually do on that day, and how they gather, how they share presents, how they have food together. And so I'm looking forward to hearing all those stories from all of my crewmates.
Do you guys have any favorite traditions that you do in your family around this time of year?
So when the kids were at home, and even now when they come home, we would always try to convince Mom that we should open one present on New Year's Eve, and then I'm sorry, Christmas Eve. Thank you. And then on Christmas morning, we would take turns opening presents, and that was really fun to kind of stretch out the morning, drink some coffee, eat some cookies, and just enjoy each other's company for a long period of time. Of course, gathering, and when I get to go home to my mom's house, I always way overeat the once a year double chocolate cookies that she makes. So I will miss those up here.
So in our house, kind of like you guys, Mark, there's always the promise of maybe one gift opening on Christmas Eve that you get to pick. But the real excitement is Christmas morning and the epic search for the Christmas pickle. Because the person who finds the Christmas pickle in the tree gets to open the present and then divvy out the presents after that. So it is always a hotly contested time in our family. And one of the most fun times is to find the Christmas pickle hidden in the tree.
That's awesome.
For us, it's a little bit simpler. So it's on Christmas Eve. We have a very nice dinner, a special meal. It's every year the same on Christmas Eve, but it's only for Christmas. So like 364 days in the year, it's not available. So it's very good, and we're all looking forward to it. We're having a good time with the family together. We talk a lot, and then when we feel okay, now the occasion is good, then we change over to the living room, and then we pack out we give out all the Christmas presents, and we open all the presents the same evening. So there's no stop. Like I don't think anyone would be able to wait till the next morning.
We have a tradition that fortunately Santa sends out elves ahead of time, so Christmas Eve night, always surreptitiously on the quiet, there appear at our front door pajamas for everyone. And so the doorbell rings, we open the door, and there are Christmas pajamas. And so we're already on Christmas morning opening presents. I like the very long, very large Christmas breakfast that we have with coffee. I think we'll probably miss that a little bit, although the food's really good here.
I think my favorite Christmas tradition is how my family decorates the Christmas tree. It's like nothing too exciting, but we would have basically a picnic for dinner. And when we were kids, we were not allowed to eat in the living room. So it felt like this special treat that we got to eat in the living room where the Christmas tree was. And we'll just spend a couple hours decorating the tree. And everyone has, their little set of ornaments competing for the best section to highlight their ornaments that we would get every year. And, of course, eating in the living room, which was a big deal.
So considering we're going to be spending the start of the new year and this holiday season off the planet, what does that mean to any of you guys? Tom, any thoughts?
We're privileged to have the perspective of seeing so many countries. If we have a moment of reflection, which to me is something that's